I'll bring them upstairs. 10th floor, 28. 1028. Yeah. Let us know because we need to ask you the guard. I'll bring this for you.
And then if you fall asleep, I'll bring them back down.
That's okay. When Mark
It could stay in my room. Just so that she could.
Yeah, because I know Mark. I would love to stay down here, but he needs a little bit of downtime.
Okay.
But I know Mark. I would love to stay, but Mark can stay here for a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Any excuse for you, guys.
Okay, Lalay.
All right, sweet. You go eat.
Okay, so you can. I will go with your mom. Hey, Penny, I won't see you.
Oh, you
I got the beef.
Chicken nuggets out.
Is it good? She got the beef, so I'll have to use it.
Maybe you can switch.
Oh my goodness. Love the beef. Oh my. Oh my. Yes, yes.
Did she write it down? Oh, wait.
We're in the same hotel, but my wife is gonna go upstairs and onto Elaine's room for an hour, and then we'll. Thank goodness, because I was gonna go, but I'm stuck. I'm hungry. Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow, so. 11:45, but they said leave 3 hours early because of the snow and the JFK. We arrived in Newark. We took a cab. Is it really? Oh, because the flight's going to Florida, so it just worked out. What airline? JetBlue. Is JetBlue? Are they okay? Yeah.
Hey, you're not eating that, are you?
I'm eating this too.
Well, it's like, I was hoping they were going to serve one for Megan. I wouldn't eat that.
Yeah, you could take some of this one, pennies.
Oh, no. Turn 35 without me out.
She's yeah, you're right, eh? It is, eh? I know for a oh boy. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way.
time, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and let's welcome our master of ceremony for the evening. Let's hear it from Mr. Mike Levine, ladies and gentlemen.
I went out there without my jacket.
Hello?
Because I was standing out there making sure. Did you get one? Yeah, I got
So, ladies and gentlemen, Ed and Rebecca. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Levine, and I have the very great honor.
Penny actually, she said, I know you want to stay a little bit.
The reason for this is that I have a
If I could stay in her room,
lifelong
she's actually staying in Attila Lane's room
Leon
for an hour. So,
together with Ed, was two-thirds of the miniature power pop group, the Bee Gees. The reason for this is Ed and I go back a very long way. I'd like to take you back in time. Picture, if you will, a fun-loving, happy, innocent little boy, constantly being harassed by his spotty little brother Ed. That's my good friend Will, but we're not here to talk about Will, we're here to talk about Ed and Rebecca. Ed has been my best friend since birth. We grew up together. I say grew up. There wasn't a huge amount of growing involved, but we did share important experiences. We laughed together, we cried together,
I did.
we had fun together. And later, when we grew up, we comprehensively failed to attract women together. Back then, Ed was quite naive in matters of love. One night after a school party, Ed was alone in bed. A girl ran into the room and said, "I'm here to offer you super sex." Ed said, "I'll have the soup, please." Ed and I spent a lot of time together during our formative years, living in each other's houses when our parents went away. For my part, this was down to the warmth, generosity and love of Ed's mum, my surrogate mum, June, who I thought looked beautiful today. We shared all our formative experiences together. All our parties, all our birthdays. In fact, I was reminded it's 27 years, almost to the day, since Ed's bar mitzvah. I know the date because I found the invitation this morning when I put on my suit. Ed and I don't get to see each other as much as we like, because mainly of distance. I've missed some big changes in his life, especially recently. Ed's found a beautiful bride, he sold his condo and moved west, and the last time I saw Ed, his fridge started at the front of his head. Ed has surpassed all expectations in terms of his career, despite a fairly shady. In order to get into medicine, Ed needed 8 grades in his final exam. In fact, Ed left school with grades that spelled his name.
Take a picture.
His successful medical career were imbalanced. But despite this, Ed wouldn't give up. He was determined. He set his sights on a medical career and was prepared to do whatever it takes. The answer came a few weeks later when he saw an advert in the paper. A way to finally break into the career of his dreams, from the ground up, literally. He took a job in foot plasters. Sure enough, with some hard work, after a couple of years being called as bunion manager for the feet, he made his way to leg casts. Nothing could stop him now, and from there he moved swiftly into veins, working his way up the body with stents. Until this year, when he finally made it. He was offered a job in breasts. Ed Roten is Vice President of Marketing for Breasts. Of course, Ed wasn't so sure that he wanted the job. He thought he'd feel his way around a little before he accepted. When Ed finally did accept the job, the level of professionalism was typical to the trademark of what is his career. The yelps of joy coming from his office were entirely personal, as was him running around the office with a large bra over his head, saying, "I've got the best job in the world." Now, it must be said, the sudden and dramatic rise in Ed's career is no accident. They say behind every good man and beautiful better woman, that's something true. Basically, behind her is my wife. In all seriousness, I know that Ed's recent successes come in large part because of the unfailing support of the very wonderful Rebecca. On Thursday night, I finally met Rebecca. 2 words came to mind. The first word was beautiful. The second word was how. Ladies and gentlemen, to hopefully shed some light on how, and some other salacious incidents of the life of our bridegroom, I'd like to welcome to the stage the best man, Mr. William Rosen.
Ed and Rebecca, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Mike for his kind introduction. Mike, the man who puts the fun into dysfunctional. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Will, Ed's older and better looking brother, to be Ed's best man. I know that the best man speech can be difficult, so my starting point was to seek some advice on what I should do from those who know me best. Probably the best advice came from my mother, who told me, don't try to be clever, just be yourself. So I will take it from there. What can you say about a man who comes from humble beginnings? A man who is now quickly rising to the top of his profession, based solely on intelligence, grit, and willpower to push on where others have fallen. A man who is beginning to distinguish himself at the very highest level amongst his peers, and about whom no one has a bad word to say. But enough about me. What I'm really here to do this evening is to talk about Ed. Ed could be described as charming, intelligent, and entertaining. And perhaps one day he will be. I'm delighted to have the opportunity this evening to walk you through the life of Ed Rosen. Shockingly, when Ed was younger, he felt like a man in a woman's body.
Oh, God.
But then he was born. Although you see before you tonight a handsome fellow, it's fair to say that Ed was not a pretty child. He was so ugly that Mum didn't get morning sickness until after the birth. He was so ugly that when he was born, the doctor came into the waiting room and said to my father, I'm sorry, we did everything we could. Actually, Ed looked just like my father. But then the doctor turned him the right way up. Ed has now blossomed into a handsome young man. Rebecca tells me he looks like the boy next door, which is unfortunate. Because where we live, the boy next door wears women's clothing and reads tickets. Now people think of Ed as a very savvy, bright guy, and so he is. But we weren't too sure when he was younger. At kindergarten, Ed was different from all the other 5-year-olds. He was 11. When people used to ask my parents what they thought Ed would be when he left school, they used to say about 35.